What if you were reborn as the villain of your own story? Imagine waking up in a dark, musty dungeon, shackled to the wall, only to find that your new body is that of the infamous Dark Lord Malakar. Your previous life? A mundane office worker who never even got a promotion. Welcome to the world of Eldoria, where magic is real, and prophecies dictate your every move. Malakar's reputation precedes him. Feared by all, he's destined to fall to a band of heroic adventurers in a cataclysmic showdown. But here's the catch. You're not interested in dying this time. No. This time, you're determined to rewrite your fate. As you contemplate your next move, you overhear your loyal henchman, Grim, rattling off the day's evil plans. First, we capture the village baker to ensure they make the finest poison pastries for the heroes. Poison pastries. Sounds deliciously villainous. What kind of villain could you become if you embraced this chaos? Follow for part 2. Now that you've decided to embrace your villainy, you hatch a scheme. You'll throw a grand feast to attract the heroes, but with a twist. Instead of a standard buffet, you'll serve an array of delicacies, each more sinister than the last. The highlight? Those poison pastries. The invitations are sent, and your loyal followers can't wait to see their Dark Lord in action. As the day of the feast approaches, you begin to notice a shift in your heart. You're enjoying this far too much. Was being evil always this entertaining? But as the banquet begins, everything takes a sharp turn. The heroes arrive, confident and armed to the teeth. They seem ready for a fight, but instead they're captivated by the aroma of your sinister pastries. You serve them with a sly grin, watching their expressions change from suspicion to delight. Delicious, one hero exclaims, oblivious to the danger lurking in their dessert. Your plan is working. Too well. The heroes are distracted, enjoying the feast instead of focusing on you. What will happen next? Follow for part 3. With the heroes devouring your pastries, you can't help but chuckle. But amidst the laughter, you notice something strange. One hero starts to tremble, clutching their stomach. I think I'm going to be sick. The others look alarmed. You hadn't planned for this. Panic begins to bubble inside you. What if your pastries are too effective? You didn't want to kill them. You wanted to keep them occupied. As chaos erupts at the table, the heroes start pointing fingers, accusing each other of treachery. It must be the rogue who poisoned the pastries, they shout. In the midst of their bickering, you realize you have the perfect opportunity. While they're distracted, you could sneak away and solidify your escape plan. But deep down, you feel a twinge of guilt. Are you really cut out for this villain life if you're starting to care about them? What if they're not the evil monsters you thought? Follow for part 4. As the heroes argue, your heart races. You're tempted to reveal yourself as the mastermind behind the feast, but instead, you stay hidden, watching the unfolding drama. Maybe they're right, you think. Maybe it is time for a new villain to rise. With the chaos at its peak, you find a way to manipulate the situation. You stand up dramatically. Foolish heroes, you thought this was merely a feast? You've all fallen into my trap. They gasp, their expressions a mix of shock and amusement. What are you talking about? One hero sputters, still clutching their stomach. Welcome to my dark feast, you declare, fully embracing your role. Prepare for a night of terror. Instead of fleeing, you revel in their confusion. You've become more than just a villain. You're the architect of chaos. As the heroes try to fend off imaginary monsters and each other, you realize that perhaps you found your calling after all. But just when you think you've outsmarted everyone, you overhear a whispered conversation among the heroes, revealing a hidden truth. One of them knows about your true identity. What would you do as a villain? You wonder as the final showdown approaches. Would you fight, flee, or forge an unexpected alliance? Thank you for joining me on this adventure. What would you do as a villain? Share your thoughts below.